Okay, hello everybody. Hello everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here, and we're streaming to Roku, and we're almost gonna have a video. There we go. So we got us here, Jeff Eichen here. I'm wearing my LA hat today because we don't really, everybody, have a we don't really have a political show ever. We have a show that tells the truth and the story about prisoners in jail for marijuana, and so we're going to be really careful about talking about the hat that I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Los Angeles hat in solidarity for all the unions and the people that are being messed with down in Los Angeles. It seems like a time of distress. And we got Jeannie, we got John Chaney here. John, we lost your camera. You know how
Oh,
to. Don't be playing with your
because your
camera.
microphone is on, your video is started.
Yeah, don't be playing with your camera.
I'm not touching it, but as soon as I take off this picture to get to you, to see you.
Okay, well, we're live now,
if I
John.
try and
Figure it out.
enlarge
Figure it
you-
out. Figure it out on your own. We're live, and come back. You did it once, so you can do it again. We love you so much and dearly. And let me see if I can get Wade on. Hello, everybody. It's episode 265. So let's get Wade on.
Maybe I got to push leave. No.
So it's PW1. So let's see, what's the it's Noah, Steve, John. It's 420 POW, not just 420, 420 POW. That's the code.
Just use 420 POW.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, see you in a second. Bye. Okay, everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, and we had Jeannie for a second. We have John Chaney working on getting his camera ready, everybody. We have Wade coming in here. So we have Wade coming on board, everybody. So it's a little bit of a mishmash today, getting everybody on board. And we're really excited to be in the hemp jungle, the hempcrete jungle. and my father would have loved this show because my dad was doing lightweight concrete in the early days. He was, let me let in Jeannie. My dad was an inventor. He took honeycomb paper and he put it between gypsum and he filled it with concrete. And as we know, the honeycomb is one of the most perfect structures that that nature has ever made for the beehive. And so it's pretty amazing there. And at the Wade, are you on your phone?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell John Chaney, who's one of our super secret guest stars today, can you tell him what the how to turn his camera on? John, did you figure out how to get your camera back on?
No, every time I push on the picture of you, then that thing disappears. I mean, it's wacko.
Okay, Wade, teach John.
You got me. It should be. It came up for me
automatically.
Yeah.
You had your camera on before, John. Don't touch anything on your phone once you get your camera turned on.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out how to get it turned back on.
What was
just keeps going black.
Go back.
I can see you, I can hear you, I can see, but I can't.
Jump out and come back in.
Why don't you go out and come back in, John?
Go
out and come back in.
Yeah,
on. Hang up and just do it again.
Just
hang
push
it.
leave.
Yeah, leave and put the code in again, 420 POW, and come back in.
Recording in progress.
Your videos.
Just close out your whole thing, come back in, and it'll reset it. Okay, there we go. Okay, everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, and our super secret guest star, besides Wade, is and a beautiful Jeannie here, is a super secret guest star. So we got Wade from Tiny Hemp Homes today, and we support the industry to end prohibition. So hang on. We got John on the phone here. Hello, John.
Video now.
I don't see you at all. You're not in yet.
Add call.
Okay. Be patient with the elders here.
Should I call again?
No, you should go into your Zoom, click on the link that I gave you that ends in 66.
Yeah, I just did. Let me try again.
Okay, click on that link and then.
Oh, wait, I pushed the wrong thing for that.
Okay.
I pushed your PIN number.
Okay. It's all right.
Meeting passcode. Okay.
420 POW.
420 POW.
It's a weed show, everybody. Come on.
Okay, I see me now.
Okay. But you're not in yet. I don't see you yet.
Okay, video. No.
But you haven't come into my site yet. I don't see you where I can enter you. You have not come in yet.
Join.
There you are. Okay, here comes John, everybody. Our secret super guest star. This guy's pretty important, you guys. Okay, now get your camera on.
Okay.
We're all good at something.
Chat. It says video call.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did it before, remember.
It's blacked out.
Okay, you're in.
Am I driving okay?
Unmute yourself, John, and then we'll hang the phone up. Unmute yourself.
On what?
Unmute yourself.
Swipe to the left on the screen. See the little dots on the bottom? You got to go to the left on those little dots.
There's little dots there. Click on the little dots. You there, John? Can you hear me, John? Okay, we're going to carry on, everybody. Episode 265. It's worth it when you hear who John Chaney is, because nobody knows John Chaney but me. So I'm wearing my hemp tie today. It's really fun. It's really beautiful. And so it's important to support, ending prohibition through proof that it is medicine. Schedule 1 means the plant has no medicinal properties. What the heck, right? What the heck? And so that's pretty effed up. Are you still with us, John? Okay, we'll let John work his magic out. But John, we have your video up. Let's have you on. Are you there, John? Hang on. I'm going to hang up the phone and call John back and just have John on the phone. So that's our way to get a hold of John here. So are you
I heard him.
there? You are. Yay!
You can see me?
Yes. We are DevCon.
All right.
DevCon 420. We have made it. Woo! Wait, hang on. You get a you get a little Dr. Demento whistle. So
I want to be looking at you, not me.
okay. All right. Pipe down for a second, old man. Pipe down for a second, and get your pipe and pipe down. Jeannie, come in and say hello to John Chaney and to Wade.
I wish I had a pipe.
You just clicked your camera off, dude.
Oh man.
You
I
just
know how to do it though.
you just clicked your.
We're doing a
How
comedy
are
show.
you? Hello, Wade. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So John, you just
Thanks
clicked
for
your
being here.
camera off, John. You coming back, John? Okay, let's see.
Can we hear you, John?
He muted everything. He clicked everything. So you know what I'll do? I'll tell you about John. Okay, John is one of the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood is in my video in my episode where way back in the day.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can't see you yet.
Yeah, I'm not officially a Brotherhood member, but I don't know if anybody is.
Okay, how about
I was a street person, so I wasn't in with the big shots, but I knew them all. So I don't know whether I had the Brotherhood flag, so I guess I'm in the Brotherhood.
okay. Okay, well, we're recording everybody right now, and we've got John Chaney, we've got Jeannie, and John's going to try to work on getting his video up. Hit the three dots and put your camera on, however you do it.
Oh wait, I think I saw it.
Okay, there you are. There you are. Don't touch anything. Leave it be. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Both of them. Both of them. Okay, keep them right there. Don't touch your phone. Don't touch your phone. Okay, everybody. Don't touch your phone. Okay, don't touch it. Don't touch your phone. Okay, everybody. Give a round of applause for somebody that was available during the day, and his specialty is airbrushing waves and Jerry Garcia's, and he was there during the time that they dropped. How many tabs of Orange Sunshine did they drop?
I don't know how many.
150 million.
I don't think they dropped that many.
Right, but they dropped a lot.
Out of a card that had a cheap Seattle poem with 3 native people riding on horseback.
Wow.
It was taped on that card. I actually have a picture of that in my pictures somewhere.
So your legacy is being alive during that time, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was, I wasn't a dealer. I did sling a little, what do you call it? The stuff Elon Musk does.
So in your lineage, okay, tell everybody what your specialty was.
I did sell a little ketamine.
Let's not go into getting you arrested again. Tell us.
I gave it all away. I don't do that.
Tell us about your artwork. You were famous for airbrushing and painting.
Well, I did airbrush. I actually colored pencils in coffee shops, doing little waves and cartoons and stuff. And then the airbrushers, Rainbow Star and Beth Leeds and Crane, all said, you ought to airbrush because your colored pencil stuff looks like airbrush. So I started doing airbrush t-shirts, cutouts, stencils, and of everything. And then
what was your subject matter? What was your subject matter?
Well, it was everything, I had a native geometric thing with a Thunderbird. I still have all my stencils, but flaming suns, they called me Sundance at that time. So I had flaming suns with faces and, Rick Griffin was my original.
So Rick Griffin and what about
in 1961, and then Bill Ogden.
And what about Bill Ogden? Yeah, Bill Ogden and Rick Griffin.
Bill Ogden, I was homeless, so he put me up in his house, and the guy was old school. I mean, layers of vellums, and then he'd put together the parts that he liked and didn't like, and then do a brown line and then print it. But the guy was old school, no computer. And he let me see all that, I was living in his house. And I sold a painting while I was there called Laguna Lisa. It was a mermaid, a giant mermaid with waves breaking around her ankles with a tube with Haleakala crater.
So a tube, that's a wave, right? That's a big wave.
Yeah, and on the other hand of the mermaid was a bubble with two tantric lovers in it. And so one side was Johnny Gales bought it, one of the big timers. He bought it, and he said, "Can you put her hand throwing jewels into the Haleakala crater inside the tube?" So you're looking out of the tube at Haleakala crater with the mermaid throwing these jewels into the tube. And anyway, so Bill, I learned a lot from Bill. He was my idol.
So everybody, I'm going to share my screen, everybody, and do our intro, and it'll Wade and Jeannie, it'll tell you a little bit more about this good old freaky brother. And show us your beard. Lean up a little bit. Show us your beard. How oh yeah, oh wait, all the way. You got it on a ponytail. Woohoo! Okay.
You see my whole beard?
Yeah, you got cheap sunglasses too, I bet. And your hemp shirt. Your hemp shirt is beautiful.
Yeah, well, when in ZZ Top, the one where they're hitchhiking with three people,
right?
Song,
right?
Well, I used to do that in Laguna with 3 or 4 people hitchhiking. All doing the Mr. Natural, like stepping over, just like the video. And I think.
You mean like trucking like a doodah man?
Yeah, like trucking. Yeah, and hitchhiking 3 or 4 people at once. and I think Gibbons drove through town because he had a girlfriend there, and I believe he saw us doing that and put it in his video.
Did you meet Timothy Leary back in the day?
I was like, when he lived in Laguna, I was like stupid. I could have met him. I got out of the military and went swimming at Brook Street with big waves, body surfing, and middle of the surfers route. And this beautiful goddess is swimming out there, and we were underwater making love. And then she said, "Can you take me out to the canyon?" I live behind the Boys and Girls Club. So I drive her back there, and she goes, "I live with Timothy Leary." And I should have said, "Well, can I come in?" But I didn't. I missed
the one that got away. The one that got away. So everybody, I'm going to share
later. But later, I went to the Whole Life Expo when he spoke and bought his book, and he signed it. And I talked to him for a little bit. I mean, I was a big follower.
Good going. Well, I won't tell you my Timothy Leary story. I was at his house 5 times. Sorry. Anyways, in Mulholland. So back in the day. So anyways, I'm going to share. I'm going to share my screen. Sit back and watch this for a minute. This will tell you a little bit more about John Chaney, everybody. So I'm sharing my screen with you all. Okay, don't touch your phone, everybody. And sit back and look. Here's some John Chaney images. Is that you right there with the sunglasses and the hat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to bring that photo up, everybody. And we'll see some John Chaney artwork here. Let's see if I can bring that photo up.
I think the Jerry Garcia's in there, isn't it?
Okay, so hang on. Let's see if we got this
if
photo.
Not, I have it sitting right in front of me. I can film.
Whoa, look at that Sawdust Festival Volkswagen van with the girls hanging out the sides. That's cool.
Nice. Did I see
Okay, hang on. So this is Sawdust Festival. So I'm gonna get out of Sawdust Festival. Hang on. That link took me to the Sawdust Festival. Hang on. So everybody, this is Jeff Eichen with episode 265. We're at Weeds Day. This is John Chaney. This is him, and these are John's paintings of waves. That's one of his specialties. And then let's see if we can find the Jerry Garcia photo.
It's right here. Are you looking at me?
Hang on.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's right here.
All right, hang on.
Thing?
Let me get out of share screen here.
I'm sitting right in front of the Jerry.
Yeah, hang on.
400 people painted on it.
Jeez. Look at that.
That's a beauty. Yes. That's a beauty. So
it's by far the best Jerry tribute painting. Started the day he died spontaneously by me and Ryan Gorley. We had a party and people started painting on it, and up to 400 people painted on it over a period of a year.
Wow.
This is a print of it.
Where's the original?
It's in my van, all moldy.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that the other night. We're going to get that out and restore it for sure.
The thing is priceless.
I'm coming down. Don't you fret. Don't you fret. I'm coming down. So
I lived in my van, so it got all moldy from condensation. I didn't know that happened.
We're gonna resurrect that original. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again, everybody, and you know how that goes. And
okay.
And sit back and relax, John, and check out my video here for our intro. Here we go. So here's our intro, everybody. It's Weeds Day, episode 265. It's Jeff Eichen here with episode 265, Weeds Day. We love you, and we are coming for you, all the 420 POW prisoners. Don't worry, we're coming. And these are some names of the people that have gotten out in the last 2 weeks, and so things are moving. And parade. Parade.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah. Until we get the license, don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Roll another one, just like the other one. Love you, everybody. Jeff Eichen here, host with the most. Let's get it on and have a concert in 2025.
Don't you bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Baby, I know you've been hanging on all night long.
So I went to the Philippines and remade Don't Bogart That Joint. We got that song. It's going to be great when we redo it with Willie. Come on, Willie.
2, 3.
Hooray! Sit back and roll another one. We're going to look a little bit at the movie we saw 2 nights ago, Orange Sunshine, The Brotherhood. 100 freaking million tabs were bopped out of an airplane, everybody, to turn everybody on. Plus a super secret special guest is John Chaney from the Brotherhood we have today in studio. Get ready for somebody live from the day. Hemp Parade.
In front of the ranch there's all these hippies everywhere. You know, they don't even know what to think. What the heck's this? And they took me away.
Everything was blown. Now passports were checked, what was shipped back, the surfboards, what was in them. I mean, everything. Now they know. Now legal things are starting to happen. A lot of money that was earned went into legal defense for whoever it was that was in trouble. We were a family, you know, nobody suffered.
Timothy Leary and a small contingency of people from Millbrook came to live at the ranch.
Timothy's philosophy is Taoism. Taoism wants you to stay down, stay in the background, behind the scene. And when Timothy decided to run for governor, it was almost against everything he'd been teaching us.
I'm going to run for the governorship of the state of California. I think that we need a new party, and by party, I mean party.
I'm like, what? This guy sitting in the teepee next to the pear tree in the meadow at our ranch should not be running for governor.
The world come together as Timothy Leary's campaign song. People hear that on the radio all the time now. That song plays that. That's a theme song for Timothy Leary's governor race. He was going to run against Ronald Reagan as governor.
Let the kids get high. As a matter of fact, President Nixon, why don't we all turn on together?
At the time, the government probably feared Tim Leary more than they feared anybody. Nixon thought that dope dealers were among the worst criminals on earth.
We must wage what I have called total war against public enemy number one in the United States, the problem of dangerous drugs.
That was the beginning of the end. That was when they decided to target Tim. They're going to get him one way or the other.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Leary. I said, well, I see your driver's license.
So this is the cop that arrested Timothy Leary, put him in jail.
Neil Purcell, 1230 Queens Street, Berkeley, California. I said, well, Mr. Leary, I smell the odor of burned marijuana, which I did. I tell Leary, I'll step out of the car. This is the narcotic investigator. Step out. Well, he is just coming unglued. You don't have probable cause. This is an illegal stop. This is an illegal this and that.
I
go
live 2
in
doors
his
down.
car.
Neil Purcell.
Obvious place to look for is the ashtray. There's 2 little roaches there. Pull them out. And I said, you're under arrest, Mr. Leary.
Dr. Leary's political ambitions were cut short when Governor Reagan had Leary arrested and sentenced to 30 years in jail for possession of $10 worth of marijuana.
We were taking his appeal. He had been arrested in Texas, bullshit charges. He was arrested in California twice, again, no real charges. But he was a political person whom they feared. Him into prison and try and shut him down.
Timothy was a spiritual leader, and to keep the path going of Orange Sunshine, we did the outrageous other option that no one thinks of, prison break. The first thing that we did is we got to get ready, the onslaught, they're going to come here. Timothy needed to use a blanket to keep the barbed wire and razor wire away. And then drop down and wait at a certain place. And this all had to be timed. It all turned out that it was perfect.
$17,000. That's what we gave the weathermen. That's what they charged for picking him up outside the prison.
We drove off a little ways. He changed clothes immediately. Then they met another car, and they gave the clothes, his prison clothes, to the other car, who turned around and went south. They went north with Timothy, where there was a motorhome that took him to Canada, and they split from there. Dr. Timothy Leary, formerly of Harvard, now known as the High Priest of the Drug Cult, escaped during the night from the California men's colony at San Luis Obispo. Apparently, he simply walked out of the minimum security prison.
El Chapo.
September 15th, 1970. This is the fourth communication from the Weatherman Underground. The Weatherman Underground has had the honor and pleasure of helping Dr. Timothy Leary escape from the POW camp in San Luis Obispo, California. Dr. Leary was being held against his will and against the will of millions of kids in this country. He was a political prisoner, captured for the work he did in helping all of us begin the task of creating a new culture on the barren wasteland that has been imposed on this country by Democrats, Republicans, capitalists, and creeps. LSD and grass, like the herbs and cactus and mushrooms of the American Indians and countless civilizations that have existed on this planet, will help us make a future world where it will be possible to live in peace. Now, we are at war.
In only 50 years, we have organic foods in all kinds of places, the changes that have bloomed all around the world as a result of people taking psychedelics. I know for sure that Steve Jobs took sunshine. I know positively that the guy that discovered the double helix DNA was high on acid. I'm pretty sure it was sunshine.
We'll get you again.
Picture of Bill Ogden,
What we were involved in is human enlightenment. That's no small thing. I mean, 120 million doses of acid? That's called turning on the world, man.
So let's go back to that little ending there. That little ending was pretty cool. It says right there, see if I can get that. It says, thanks to the brave souls, enlightenment with plant medicine, nobody deserves to be in jail for a plant. So I'm going to cancel that out there, everybody, and come back to our beautiful team here. Whoops, hang on. I just lost my world here for a second here. Our computer's running a little bit slow right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to bring us back. And we're back, and we've got John Chaney and Jeannie 420. Jeannie, say hi to John.
Hello, Jeannie.
Hello, John.
How you doing?
Jeannie's with us for the last several years, and she's a tried and true hemp Canna nurse, and she takes care of patients from infants to patients that are dying of old age. And so maybe she'll come down and help you, man.
Check out my shirt.
Yeah. So Jeannie, do you have any questions for John?
Yeah, so I am very unfamiliar with psilocybin and mushrooms and acid, but I know a lot of patients of mine do and did use it at that time. And my uncle would be just thrilled that I'm speaking with you. And it's lovely to be here, and I'm learning quite a bit. It's very, very interesting on my part, for sure.
Is that a classic old shirt, John?
Oh yeah, Chris Boucher, the great hempster, gave me this.
But is that shirt from the days, or is that a newer shirt?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's back when Chris was, early days of Chris promoting hemp.
That's great. I got one of his ties, so from the day. Everybody hold some space for bogus insurrection and bullshit in Los Angeles right now. Hope that the planet calms down, and once we calm down, we can get our heads on straight to go straight to the White House. last week I read all the names of the people that were released from prison in the last few weeks. Amy Pova and some of her cohorts are in the White House with Alice Johnson, one of the pardon czar. And President Trump got Alice out in his first term, and now she is a pardon czar, and she's friends with some of my friends. So I'm a good guy to know. And I bring you the news that that's what's happening. And so I'm sorry that we didn't get to talk to Wade. We were working with technology and everything, but we'll have Wade back on. And Wade makes tiny hemp homes in a factory, in a, you know, where you can resurrect it yourself after he makes the panels, and then you can put up a tiny hemp home on your property. So that's pretty cool. That's like Jeannie and I were talking about the humanity people. And so maybe they could figure that out one of these days, because we shouldn't be building with wood anymore. But actually hemp is not structural. And so, John, we lost your camera again. So you're futzing too much, but or just enough, but we got you still. So everybody, we've got a legend on today, John Chaney. We have a legend in the hemp industry, which was definitely Wade, with Tiny Hemp Homes, I think .com or .org. And if you want a tiny hemp home, get in touch with me. I'll give you his address. And I'm working with some new technology right now, Beehive. So if everybody wants to get on my newsletter, I'll show you my newsletter, everybody. I'm going to share my screen here. My newsletter is really cool. Hang on. Let's see here if we can find my newsletter here. So I'm sharing my screen, and I'm going to go to, there we go. Oh, first, let's read this here before we go to my newsletter. This photograph here that I'm going to bring up here is, whoops, hang on. I got to learn my own technology here. Come on up. So this photograph here says, Mr. Perry Malone, who was relieved from FCI, federal prison, Jessup, on June 3rd, 2025, after completing 27 years of a life sentence. Perry was in touch with me since the Obama administration, and he has never believed he was going to die in federal prison. And he was always resilient and never gave up the fight for his freedom. Finally reunited with his family in Mobile, Alabama, or Mobile, however you want to say it there. And I can't click on see more, but you can see more by him hugging his family. 27 years behind bars. You know, 27 years, Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and Kurt Cobain wrote a lot of songs, and then they left the planet. So now he's got 27 more years to live and to be with his family and to hang out and to look how happy they are. So that's kind of my world, everybody, where we live. We live in helping these prisoners. And our concert, our relief concert, is going to be incredible to honor those prisoners. So I'm going to show you see if I can open up my Photoshop here. I have a incredible Photoshop photograph here of, let's see here. Come on, Photoshop. Don't you bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. So it's Weeds Day, everybody. You already know that. And let's see if I can find our picture that I wanted to show you. Well, that's gonna have to wait till later because I thought I had it loaded in Photoshop. But anyway, so beautiful time to have another song, because you know, good TV is about having fun, And so let's go in and get you a song, everybody. Let's get rid of our intro here. And this week on Monday, I went to open mic at my friend's barn. And this is for all you people in jail that don't get to go to the barn. And so I'm going to share with you the barn. Hey, we lost John. So here we go. This is for you. All the prisoners in jail. One day we'll party with you. And this is open mic in my country, in my house. So this is open mic, everybody. We're on episode 265. It's Jeff Eichen on Weeds Day. This is for all the prisoners that don't get to have the freedom to freak and wear your shorts and frickin' play the guitar.
So am I back on?
Yes, you are, John.
You can see me?
Yes, yes.
Getting it figured out.
Let us finish this video here. John Bonham.
All right.
So everybody, that was a little bit of here, let's go back and get a little more here. That was a little bit of
Yeah.
So everybody, we're screaming for you. We're screaming for all the prisoners to come home. And I just showed you the photograph of the new prisoner that got free on June 3rd. And we have more coming home. And John Chaney and I are going to meet each other soon. I'm going to come down and we're going to begin the new documentary on the new Orange Sunshine. And we're going to film John coming to your theater near you soon. Takes me about a year to do a film, but it's going to be great. So all you film producer money people, call me. I have my LA hat on today because they're having trouble in LA figuring out whatever they're doing on the street there. So be careful, everybody in LA. My heart goes out for my LA, for your LA, and that it doesn't explode across the country and we don't have revolutions. So this show is not about revolution, it's about evolution and hempolution. And so, Jeannie, what do you got to say for us today? Give us an update.
My goodness. Well, yeah, we need to concentrate on the concert and on helping the people get out of prison. You know, Edwin Rubies, he's been in prison for 27, I believe, years.
What happened to Edwin? I haven't heard from him in about a month. I haven't heard from him in about a month.
Well, we don't want to forget Edwin Rubies, and we don't want to forget any of the prisoners, and we want them to know that we're definitely thinking of them. And to Deaf Leopard's management, and to John Bonjour's management, if you're really real and it's not your AI, I invite you to get your management together and get with Jeff and bring on the music to our concert for certain. And if you're just AI or you're just bots, please don't be a bother. But definitely, if you're interested in being a part of the concert, you're interested in helping us with the found prisoners, please do come on board.
Well, we love Jeannie 420. She's the best and tried true, troopster. We need a little bit of our solo. We need Rodimus. We need some Russell to come back in. But today we have John Chaney. Thank you, John, for joining us today. We have a few more minutes. John, tell us a little story about the days at like Sawdust Festival and meeting people and children, inspiring children. What is your dream, John?
My dream has always been, the whole theme of the Grateful Dead painting was to market it, which the Dead were going to do until the merchandising fell apart. And actually in the glasses of the Jerry is the eco village I wanted to create. I still want to create. I mean, I haven't given that up, but I thought it would happen way before now. So that's my big dream, is to create a community, a conscious community.
How about you do one and then they get franchised and they're everywhere?
Right. That was the idea.
Right. Well, we can have Wade build the hempcrete tiny homes, and we can have Noah do the dome homes. You can see right there in that photo right there the dome homes that we could make with hempcrete and with ceramic and concrete with a 3D printer. Noah can print a home in one day, and we're going to finance that and put that on my property and do a film about that home being made before Noah goes down too hard from his Parkinson's disease. So I'm sorry we didn't get to talk to Wade today too much, but technology happens, and Wade had a super important meeting. So everybody, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I'm blessed to be part of the movement. Aside from the concert that we're gearing up for, we don't have a date yet because we're being mindful of everybody else's dates. So that keeps changing, when we can get, whoever. We're looking for Devo and for Melissa Etheridge and all the beautiful people. Lady Gaga, maybe, I don't know. She's got some pretty good swag and Snoop. So, in between everything, we want to have Stash Wagner, which is from the Fraternity of Man and wrote Don't Bogart That Joint, be the first song remake on our album so we can make all the dough on the album to help produce the concert, because it's going to cost us a lot to do that. And so the Relief Aid concert is in the works, everybody. I haven't given up. I haven't slowed down. It's just hard to be a one-man show doing everything. And so until we get you Mike Tyson and Woody Harrelson and some other people going on the incredible ride of this wave, we're really blessed to be part of seeing this administration pardoning and getting some of our prisoners out. And thank you to those who helped to facilitate that, like Amy Pova and Weldon D'Angelo's and Alice Johnson inside the White House. So it's cool. We got some people on the inside, and I pray for LA, everybody. I just pray for us. John, do you want your camera back on?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do
that? Somehow I fall into it and then it disappears.
Hey.
I was filming some of my art. Did you see that?
Yeah. We saw the Jerry, and we saw the Benji. We saw the Benjamin Franklin $100 bill. Was Benjamin smoking a joint?
That was the American dream. That was to be the money to create the eco village. Now, I still have the painting. It's priceless. 4 by 8 foot.
Well, let's get it sold on one of the auction houses and start making your dream come true. I support you.
I've got a friend that's going to back me on all this stuff too.
Okay.
So things are happening. He's got money. He's bored, and he helped me score this great art studio in Laguna Beach that the veterans are paying for.
Well, we're glad you're not homeless anymore. That's perfect. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't leave Laguna. Everybody, got rented out of here, and I stayed in my van 15 years, and I scored that studio. I helped save Laguna Canyon and preserve this town, and now I'm living in a studio with a view of Laguna Canyon that I saved. Never give up your dream.
That's for sure. And Jeannie, what do you say about never giving up your dreams?
Well, of course not. You can't give up your dreams at any age and at any point in your health, because
I'm back on.
If you give up your dreams, then there's nothing to keep going forward for, and the best times are ahead of us, not behind us.
So John, hold up 3 fingers for us, and we'll do our thank you photograph. Okay, I'll do a screenshot. 3 fingers, John. Let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Got it. Okay, hang on one more time. Oh no, I got it. Okay, so everybody, we're at WEEDSDAY. We've got a few more minutes here. We're gonna have a wrap up with each of our guests. Jeannie, give us some final words.
Hang in there, town prisoners. We definitely haven't forgotten you. Even if we haven't heard from you, we have not forgotten you. And to all the musicians, especially you, Def Leppard, and you, John Bon Jovi, please come be a part of the concert. To you, Dale Rook, you were supposed to be a guest today. Please, everybody that gets an invite, come on the show, show your support, do what you can, because we need you. We need to all come together and do this together. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for helping us, and thank you for wanting to be a part of it.
Fantastic. Cheers. Well, we love Jeannie. And John, any final words?
Well, I think I kind of said it. If you have a dream, you have intentions in life, Never give them up, even if you're dying, because I've been to the eco village in a dream. So I know it's there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it's way more far out than I had imagined. Beautiful. I want to apologize for, my technology problem, but
never apologize. We love OGs, old guys.
Check out this painting I'm doing right now. Steal your face.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, it's magical. Not quite done, but it's.
Hold your hand next to it so we can see how big it is. Hold your hand out. Hold your hand.
Yeah, it's
it's
about 18 by 20 or something like that.
Oh, 18 by 24. So it's a regular poster size. That's a beauty, man. And we're gonna come down and film you and start the documentary. We'll raise the money for that, and maybe we'll get Tommy Chong or Cheech. Cheech has a new art gallery, Chicano Art Gallery. Maybe we can change your name to Cheney Estevar. So John Cheney Estevar, and you could go into Cheech's gallery.
You see the heart painting?
Jeff, I also need to say,
it's one of my latest.
Today is Dr. Death Bill D. Russell's birthday, so shout out, happy birthday to Dr. Death. He was on episode 198, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So, everybody, it's been a great show. I'm going to do a little bit of our outro, and I will talk to you on the fly, John. You're welcome to stay for. You're welcome to stay for the.
Next time I'll be way better prepared.
Yeah, but we got it now. We got you now. So we learned, and we'll get more of Wade next time. And everybody, thank you for joining us. A whole lot of love. We got a whole lot of love there. And let's go back into our archives here. And here we go. It's been a great show, everybody. It's episode 264. I believe. I'm not that stoned. 265, everybody. WEEDSDAY. It's Jeff Eichen. I really appreciate you. Pray tuned. There's so many people coming home right now. I can't believe it. Thank you, Amy Pova, and your foundation. And Alice Johnson, the new pardon czar. Like I said, episode 264. 65, everybody.
2, 3.
Hooray! Okay, everybody, that's all I got today, and it's been a great, blessed show. It was really fun having John on today. And John, we will talk to you later, and thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, 3 is weed. That's your weed peace sign. 2 is peace. And F schedule 1. Okay, nobody deserves to be in jail for a plan. I'm out of here, everybody. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later, John.
All right.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Recording stop.
Okay, so we're still on Roku, and we will go and kill our Roku, And it's been really fun today. Let's see here. If we remove that, we put me back on. There we go. Okay. So it's been really a pleasure to have a great show today, and on YouTube, Roku, and all the usual POD TV. And thank you, POD TV, and Roku, and the US Weed channel. So peace out, everybody, and take care, LA, and try not to hurt anybody in any of the areas where they're talking about war. So I'm a raw vegan, and the opposite of war is raw. So go raw, everybody. Love you. Peace out. Jeff Icahn.